please all stand. Let us pray. Please,
Let us pray, my Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. O God, Almighty, we are blessed and loving children, offering day to their works and studies. Help us, O Lord, to be obedient to our teachers, kind to our companions, and diligent to our studies, so that we may merit the blessings of our service, full of love and good of hope and freedom.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please be seated. Is everyone present? Now, I want you to stand up again and stretch your muscles. Tumurag katulgod sa tagamay. Press and shake your body to shake the negativities away. Okay, shut down. That's right. So this time we will have an activity called Draw Me. So our last topic was about hiking and trekking, right? Our next topic is camping. Now, I want you to draw something that best describes camping and explain why. This is for, let's say, 10 minutes. Your time starts now. Are you done? Okay. Give me your papers. So both of you describes camping as a tent. Why tent? Because very good. Give your hands or give yourselves a round of applause. Now let us see as we go in our discussions, you will find out what is camping all about. And take note, class, that at the end of this lesson, you are expected to achieve the learning target, which is to describe camping and the skills and essentials needed for camping. Am I making myself clear? Now, when you hear the word camping, the first thing that might come to your mind will be sleeping in tents, which you draw, and campfires. There are two types of camping. First is the front country camping, or also called as car camping, and the next is the back country camping. When we say front country camping, it is camping on planned campgrounds where it is close to a vehicle with a certain amenities and emergency aid. So it is like camping. Have you seen ka lang sa mga movies nga mag-camp sa mga oval, sa mga inaana, di ba? Muna siya front country camping. Typically, picnic tables are provided, the location of tents is specified, and fire rings are designated. This may also include travel trailer camping. The next type is the backcountry camping. No amenities are readily available and motorized vehicle cannot reach the camping site. Kung ang front country camping kay maato siya ang mga vehicle, ang backcountry camping is delay. It will require some physical exertion such as hiking to travel to the location or move from place to place. So, connected naghapon siya no sa trekking and hiking kaning most especially kaning backcountry camping. Preparing for a camping trip on a backwoods may differ from preparing for camping on established camping grounds and eco parks or camping resorts. For one, camping in a mountain will definitely not have the amenities that camping resorts have. So, muna siya differences between country camping and backcountry camping. So, wala siya yung mga amenities or readily available amenities. And for emergency, no. However, there are basic preparations that are common sa Aniguha type sa camping. The first thing you have to know is ang mga names sa participants, their contact informations, and of course, ang ilang health informations. Kaya dili man yung mo pwede pa apilon og camping ang isa ka individual if dili siya kaya bitaw if sakit na siya or dali na siya mabikil. Kay if ever mabikil siya dito sa while nag-camping mo, so naku kay problema. Unless sa sa front counter camping nga kanang pwede nara siya kanang closer siya sa mga vehicles. Unlike sa backcountry camping nga, layo dyan siya sa kabinasnan. The date, location, and itinerary are the next items to plan. Location will be a major consideration in the preparation as this becomes the basis of other plans. At the outset of preparation, one should get to touch with the administrator. So, kinahanglan po ka mo cooperate sa administrator sa if ever sa mga parks or kanang sa mga camping resorts. Kay most especially during peak seasons nga daghang mag-camping basin og need of reservation. So mo na importante gud nga mo contact pod mo sa mga administrators. Camping in the backcountry is usually part of an organized climb or trek. Thus, it is normally done with a mountaineering club or within a trekking tour group. In these groups, orientations and skills training are part of the pre-departure requirement of the participants. The itinerary is planned as a group. So, before going on a camping, naapay mga training nga and orientations para sa inyong buhaton dito while camping sa inyong location. Now, what are the essential things to bring in camping? We have the clothes. The first line of defense. So, natin 3 layers of clothes. The layer 1 is the base layer or skin layer. Second is the insulating layer. And the third one is the wind and or rain barrier layer. Sa base layer, mo na siya ang pinakauna nimong suoton. This is the clothing next to the skin. Thus, if one is dressing to stay cool, then the fabric should be thin and does not block the wind. In general, cotton is the best for warm and hot conditions. And next one is the insulating layer. The insulating layer worn over base layer. So next, siya suoton sa layer 1, which is the base layer or the skin layer. This helps you to retain heat by trapping air close to your body. Next is the wind on the or the rain barrier layer. This is sometimes called shell. It is your protection from wind, rain, or snow. Makakaima ng mga jackets nga nigpis ra pero sinaw nga dili dali makuanan og dili dali malapsan o tubig. Wala siya ang wala siya ang naa sa layer 3. The next essential thing is the sleeping bag and the sleeping pad. These provide warmth and comfort. Aside from sleeping bag, camping pad is also essential and it serves as cushion from the ground and most importantly as an insulator against the coldness of the ground. So kaning sleeping pad, mao ni siya katubitaw nakabantay mo anang higdaan nga mura siya og foam nga naa siya ana dire dili siya maabre mo na siya sleeping pad nga mo if you can see in the movies mo na siya kasagaran gamit if mag camping. Next we have the tent. Kato inhang gi-draw ganina. Gives protection from rain, wind, and bugs. Tarps are also used as shelter in place of the tent. They are lighter because no posts are carried. It can be set up a variety of ways. However, using appropriate knots is important in setting a tarp or shelter. Mostly yun, no? Tent yun ang gamit sa if mag-camping ta. Next is the cooking and eating utensils. A small lightweight back stove is more efficient than other fire because temperature can be controlled. It also lessens the threat of starting fires and most importantly, it has less impact on the environment as it will not leave fire residue. So, mostly if you're going on a camp or a camping, ang uban is magkuan og mga fire no, maghaling, something like that. Pero it is advisable nga magdala og small lightweight backpack stove to kay most especially during summer season nga ang mga grass is kanang mala. So dali ra siya masunog. Mo siya na mga incidents nga mo na siya sugdan sa mga kanang mga fire sa forest fires. Now, in camping, water is very important. But, where do we get water if mag-camping? First, sa rivers, streams, lakes, or springs. Pero, og wala, gyud mo yung kanang makuhaan, bring your own water na lang yun. Pero if wala may water, dinaan mo yung mga rivers, streams, lakes, or other sources of waters, it is also advisable nga purified sa inyo. And here are the water treatment options. First is filtering, iodine tablets, bleach, solution, aquamira, and the most common, ang boiling to kill bacteria. Now, we have the kinds of food that you should bring during camping. First is sa front country camping, since dool naman siya, and kung ano po ka lang ma-address siya sa vehicle, almost all food pwede nimo sa madala. But in backcountry camping, food should be those that will not spoil and with consideration and calorie content, food preparation, and weight of the food item. So atong mga food nga, katong mga pwede ka canned foods, canned goods, pwede na siya dalo nimo sa camping. Or katong mga food nga, dili na easy to cook bitaw, i-boil na lang. Kaya if magdala pa magugag, like for example, magluto pa ka or lisod pa lutoon, daghan pang hinahanglan, so lisod na, daghan na kang dagunon kaayo. So ang one lang dyan is mga essential things to bring lang. The other essential items, in general equipment, please, Ms. Palaban, read.
General equipment, lantern, toilet paper, biodegradable soap, insect repellent, small thermos bottle, duct tape, safety pins, travel backcountry camping.
In safety equipment, please, Ms. Caparoso.
Flashlight with extra batteries, waterproof matches, pocket knife, topographic map, compass, sun protection, rope, water treatment.
And in first aid kit contents, we have the adhesive bandages, gauze pads, tweezers to remove splinters, salt tablets, paracetamol or aspirin, antihistamine, medicine for diarrhea, razor blade, moleskin, tube of antibiotic ointment, and anti-sting relief ointment or cream. So these are the things that you need to bring when you go on a camping. Class, you have to remember nga safety first dyan, no? And for example, ang biodegradable waste, biodegradable soap rather. Ang biodegradable soap is not gone. Kaya hindi siya makaharm sa environment. There are kanang mga nagbenta o biodegradable soap sa mga mall. And insect repellent. But protects your skin from insects. So you need to apply insect repellent. Next is water treatment. As what I've mentioned here, kanina water treatment, if wala mo kadala og tubig or dili mo makadala og tubig, bugat na, then you have to use water treatments such as filtering, iodine tablets, bleach solution, aquamera, or boiling. And as a first aid kit, contents. So, most kuan jud is ang paracetamol, no? Kay ang paracetamol man good is kanagdagan siyang matambalan. Now let's move forward to camping skills. We have here the camping skills: washing dishes, campfires, and sanitation of campsites. So when we say washing dishes, use soaps that will not harm the environment. Katong soap ni nga biodegradable soap. All scrap food must be placed in animal-proof trash cans, mostly provided in front country camping. Otherwise, keep scrap food and leftovers in a container and put it inside your car. So if naamoy yung mga hinugasan, katong mga sobra-sobra, dili jud ninyo siya bisag asa ibutang. So mag-provide jud mo og animal-proof trash cans. Nga dili siya masimhot sa mga animals. Kaya if ever masimhot siya sa animals, there is a big possibility nga moatak ang wild animals ninyo, most especially sa backcountry camping nga moadto mo sa mga buntod, sa mga rivers. Next is the campfires. Campfires should be built only in fire rings. Established camping grounds usually have one. However, check if building fires are allowed. Some sites do not allow it. Always evaluate the site before starting a fire. If the site is bushy or has low-hanging branches, keep fire small or skip it altogether. In dry condition, even embers blown by the wind can ignite or a forest or wildfires. Like what I've mentioned, katong ganina nga, if during summer season, it is very important na mag-use na lang mo og mga what we call that one. Mag-use na lang mo og katong mga stove. Dili na mo maghalin kay mo man gunay namay mga instances na mo na siya sinugdanan sa mga fire sa forest. Next is the sanitation of campsite. Basic principles to live by when going to the outdoors. Camping in backcountry provides no toilet facility. As a camping rule, a cat hole may be dug to serve as toilet. With a trowel, a hole of 6 to 8 inches deep and 60 inches wide must be dug 200 feet away from water source or trail or campsite. When one is finished using it, Cover it with 2 to 4 inches of topsoil before covering the area with some leaves. So, since wala may most especially ang backcountry camping, no, wala yung siya ng mga toilets. Kaya syempre, kung sa may magiging toilets sa mga buntod. So, magkuan na mo magkalot sa yuta. Then, after that, tabunan yun ninyo o ayo o yuta, then tabunan pod og mga leaves. Now, we have the safety reminders na in camping. First, please read Miss Palubon.
Check all equipment. Check weather condition. Check and study locations in map.
Next, Miss Caparoso.
Awareness of surroundings.
Next, Miss Palubon, please.
Map out emergency plan.
Next,
Protect cell from sun, coldness, dehydration, and insects.
please, Miss.
Include fire safety practices in orientation.
Next,
Never walk alone, never approach wild animals, and never feed the animals in the mountain.
last,
Go back and review and follow the leave no trace 7 principles.
so let's focus here. Never feed the animals in the mountains. Kay, if, di ba mga wild, mostly sa mountains is mga wild animals. So if feed ninyo sila, mag-aal man to, kanang mag-attract man to other wild animals. So, mag-aal po, there is a big possibility nga, at mo-attack ninyo ang katong mga animals. And, dili po sila pwede tuhan ano bisag unsa kay there is a big possibility also nga maka-harm sa ilahang health. No? So, let's review first. We have the types of camping, the front country camping or car camping, then the backcountry camping. The essential things, the clothes, the sleeping bag or pods, then the tents and cooking and eating utensils, then where you will get water, so rivers, streams, lakes, or springs, or bring your own water if wala jud. You have to use the water treatment options, filtering, iodine tablets, bleach solution, a camera, and the basic boiling. Then, we have the kinds of food na pwede dalon sa camping. In front country camping, almost all food since paano man siya, kanang naaraman siya sa duol or kanang duol siya sa mga karsada, dalan ra og sakyanan. But in backcountry camping, food should be those that will not spoil and with consideration on calorie content, food preparation, and weight of the food item. Calorie content because we can get our energy from calories. If you are going to go on a kanang mga lagyot na jud kaayo, no? So you need more calories. Next is other essential items. You have the general equipment and safety equipment, and lastly the first aid kit contents, which are very important for emergency purposes and sa mga safety camping ninyo. We also have the camping skills, washing dishes, campfires, and sanitation of campsite, and the safety remembers that camping that is also very important. Are we all good? You, wala rin mga pangutana, questions, nasabtan na tanan. Now, at this point, we will have another activity. I have here let us go. I have here the essential things, but all you have to do is to identify asa ang identify which asa ang safety equipment, general equipment, and a first aid kit content. Here. You can do it together. Write it in a 1/2 sheet of paper and write 5 though. We have 5 other essentials here, the general equipment, safety equipment, and the first aid kit contents. In a 1/2 sheet of paper, identify mo which of these ang general equipment, ang safety equipment, and first aid kit contents. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have to do it in 5 minutes. Okay lang, 5 minutes? Okay lang, so your timer starts now. Five ha? Katapaan? Are you done? In class, don't forget to write your names on top of your papers. Are you done?
No.
Let us check. Please, Glenn Christine, present your. There you go. In general equipment first. Toilet paper, biodegradable soap. Lantern, shovel, the waterproof matches. Okay. Then sa first aid, tube of antibiotic, gauze pad, tweezers. Next. Sa safety, flashlight, rope, safety pins. Okay. Ang kulang ninyo is ang adhesive tapes. Ang adhesive tapes is natin siya sa first aid. And ang safe wait. To. Then ang tweezers. So actually class, ang nasa general equipment ani is lantern, toilet paper, biodegradable soap, safety pens, and shovel. Next is ang safety equipment, pocket knife, waterproof matches, flashlight, rope, and water treatment. And lastly, first aid kit contents, gauze pads, adhesive tapes, tweezers, a razor blade, and tube of antibiotic ointment. Okay, so you have 2 mistakes only. That's impressive though. Now, please get a 1/4 sheet of paper. Write your names and the date for today. Do you still have questions? Okay. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Number 1. It is done with no amenities readily available and cannot be reached by vehicle. Done? Number 2. It is the clothing next to skin. It is the clothing next to skin. Number 3. This gives protection from the rain, winds, and bugs. This gives protection from wind, rain, and bugs. Number 4. This is done close to a vehicle with a certain amenities and emergency aid. This is done close to a vehicle with a certain amenities and emergency aid. Number 5. It is one of the camping skills that should be built only on fire rings. This is one of the camping skills that should be built only in fire rings. Done? I'll count 1 to 5 and you should pass it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good, class. Now for the evaluation, you still have questions? So that we can review first. Sana? So in one whole sheet of paper, now answer the following questions briefly. This is for 5 points each. So 10 points kay dahaman ka questions. First, write a question. Why is feeding wild animals prohibited in camping? Why is feeding animals or wild animals prohibited in camping? Number 2. Done? Number 2. In safety precautions for camping, briefly explain the N in camping. The never in camping. In safety precautions for camping, briefly explain the N in camping. I will give you 10 minutes to answer the questions. And its timer starts now. If you're done, you can pass your papers. Okay? And that's all for today's lesson. Thank you for participating and class dismiss.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye!